Hey, what's happening, peeps? We back again with another one. I appreciate y'all tuning in today's episode. As always, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend. I appreciate all the feedback I'm getting. Keep it coming. Let me know what you want to hear more of, because I'm going to deliver more of what you want to hear. And so today I want to talk about pursuing jobs as an internal candidate, right? So there's two worlds for the most part in which you're going to be pursuing jobs or pursuing careers or job opportunities there. One is an external candidate and the other is an internal candidate, right? And with an external candidate, they have what's available to the hiring manager, the recruiter, the organization that you're applying with is your resume, everything that you're able to list on your resume. So you want to do a good job of articulating your skill set, your background, your experience on your resume, and then your personality that you're able to display within the course of those interviews, right? But they don't have information that they can really go beyond that, right? They can't really speak to people at prior organizations and get information in terms of what it's really like to work with you from that standpoint. And so with an internal candidate, it can be a gift and a curse, but they can speak to hiring managers, they can speak to people that you're on your team, people that you are working with in different business units. They can see metrics in terms of how you're performing. And so there is more information available to them. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on if you're doing the necessary things in your current role as well. So what I want to go over today is really, I've got kind of 4 points of emphasis to really put yourself in the best light to be able to land the opportunity that you're pursuing as an internal candidate. And I'm going to go over each one and talk about it here. And so let's start with the first one here. You want to be in good standing in your current role, right? You will not get hired as an internal candidate for another job opportunity if you are on any type of performance or written warning, or if your productivity is below the minimum expectations, right? So if you can exceed expectations, but most importantly, you should be at the very minimum of what's required, right? You're meeting expectations, you're doing what needs to be done, you're in good standing from that standpoint. Because that's the very least you need to be able to do to be able to put yourself in a position to get another opportunity, right? You will not get a job again if you're a poor performer on any type of written warning or performance improvement plan, right? It's just not a good situation for you to get another opportunity as an internal candidate. But make sure you're in good standing in your current role. The next one I have is talk to your manager, right? Don't try to do something behind your manager's back, right? Have a conversation with them. Let them know, hey, I'm interested in this type of role or this business unit, and I'm going to pursue opportunities within that unit there as well, right? If you have a good manager, they will understand. And they sometimes want to keep you on the team because you're a value to their team and the success of their team, but they're not going to hold you back. And a lot of times with you having that conversation, they're going to champion you to pursue that opportunity, and they may put you in front of some people to help you become more marketable or become a more quality candidate for that opportunity there as well. So please just have a conversation with your manager. I'm telling you, it's important. If you don't have a conversation with your manager and then they find out after the fact, it creates a rift. And if you don't get the opportunity, it creates a rift in the fact that they may be caught off guard as why this hiring manager for this other team is reaching out to them to talk to you, and they may not be in the good mindset to put you in the proper light or present you in the proper light, and they may talk more about your flaws than your strengths in that situation. And then 2, if you don't get that opportunity, if you don't get the job and you're still going to be in your same team that you're in, there's friction, if you will, between you and your hiring manager, and they don't feel the same way that they previously felt after getting this new information. So please just talk to your hiring manager there and let them know what's going on. The third kind of point of emphasis I have is do your pre-work, prepare, get prepared for this actual job opportunity you're pursuing. And what do I mean by that? Meet with people on the team if possible, right? Talk to them, tell them about yourself a little bit so they know who you are, your background, your skill set, your qualifications, but also ask about the role, right? Tell them, ask about the good, ask about the bad, ask them about the challenges, ask them about how they've seen the role change. How do they feel about the future of the role? If they were hired by that current hiring manager, ask them about their hiring experience, the process. What do they think about the manager's leadership style? And you're essentially getting all this information in, and it's going to help you in several factors here. One, it's going to give you more information beyond the resume. So you're going to have a better understanding if this is a role that you want to pursue after speaking to someone or multiple people who are doing the role. Two, you're going to see where they see the role headed and how they see it currently, and if that's the future or something that you're interested in pursuing. And then three, it's going to give you information on the manager, the hiring manager, right? What is their leadership style? How do they interact with the team? What are their expectations? And formulating some questions to ask them at a later date as well. And so it's really important that you do your pre-work. And this is something that you have this ability to do so as an external candidate, but you really have an inside track as an internal candidate, because people are more likely to talk to someone who's already in the organization asking questions about the job, as opposed to someone who's an external candidate asking questions about the job there as well. And so, recapping, you're in good standing with your hiring in your current role. You've talked to your hiring manager, you talked to your current manager about the job and let them know you're pursuing another opportunity, and you've got their support in that. And then you've done your prep work, your pre-work, you've met with people on the team, you've researched the role, you've got information about the hiring manager, their style, formulated some questions. And the last stop in this is to speak with the hiring manager, right? Don't wait until it's time to interview. Speak with the hiring manager, right? There may not even be a job posted yet, right? But go ahead and go through this process. Speak with the hiring manager, right? Have some of that information that you were able to gather after speaking to some of their direct reports. Talk about yourself and your background, your skill set, your qualifications, and then ask them, what are they looking for in the role, right? What are their expectations? What do they feel is a weakness of the team currently that you could step in and right away present some value to the team there as well? Their role, like I said, the role may not even be posted, but you're already doing the interview process here. And this is setting that up to be an easier transition into that role, because the manager gets to know you and you get to know them. And in the course of that, right, you've told them about yourself and they've told you about the role, right? And this is the one kind of question you want to make sure you ask, right? What can I do now to make myself a more marketable candidate for the role? Because if you've had that conversation with the hiring manager, they've told you about the role and you've told them about yourself. When you ask that question, what can I do to make myself more marketable or a better candidate for this role? What you're essentially saying is, now that you've spoken to me, you know my background, you know my skill set or my conversation as well. What do you see as a weakness, something that I can work on in the interim, so that when I do pursue this opportunity or when I do apply for it, right, it's no longer something that can be looked at as a mark of why I won't get the role. And so it's a really good tactic. It's a really good strategy to use because it helps you present yourself as the strongest candidate you can be. And like I said, the job may not even be posted yet, But because you've done all this, the hiring manager will say, hey, we don't have a posting right now, but I want to stay in touch with you. We have one coming up at this particular point in time, and when we do, I'm going to reach out to you so we can get you scheduled on the calendar for an interview, right? And I'm telling you, if you follow this process, right, the actual official interview ends up being more of a formality, right? I'm telling you, right? Follow this process. It'll set you up for success to land that opportunity. And even if it doesn't help you land an opportunity, what you'll find is the hiring manager will say, hey, we're probably not going to be hiring for an extended period of time, but your skill set, what you have, what you're interested in could actually be a good fit for this role. And we actually do hire a lot of people on our team from this role as well, right? So there's still an opportunity for you to move into a new role and advance your skill set and make yourself more marketable for when the role does come up that you really want, right? Everything doesn't always happen on our calendar or on our own clock that we wanted to happen on. But if you still want to look at how you can continue to progress to make yourself a stronger candidate for career opportunities that you're interested in. And so that's kind of my topic, or things I wanted to go over today. Let me know in the comments what you think. If there's anything that I missed as an internal candidate that you feel like, hey, this is another point of emphasis to be aware of, and put it in the comments below. Let me know what you want to hear more of. I guess I didn't want to say this. I guess I will say it anyway. Make sure you're grooming yourself, hygiene and all that. If you're going to be speaking to people, meeting with people, right? Don't, dress in your best light, right? Present yourself for the job you want, not the job you have, right? And so just think about that mindset, right? Keep yourself well groomed. Hygiene, I think that goes without saying, but I'll go ahead and say it anyway. So there's a bonus point right there as well. So, but yeah, let me know what you want to hear more of in the comments. Like I said, if I missed anything that you feel like is a good point of emphasis, please drop it below. And we'll keep this content coming and keep the channel growing as well. So as always, if I'm lit and you lit, then we lit. So stay lit. I'm out.